All right, in this video, I want to show you how to tag your walls and how to do multiple leaders if you need that. Typically, when you tag a wall, we've got our wall tag, and if you need a leader on it, you set the offset. So you want to check and see, okay, that's pretty good for most of them. Now, you're not going to tag your C3s. They're our common wall type. There'll be a note that says that. Now, if this needed acoustic or something, you would tag it. So for example, if this wall, if these walls should have acoustic value to them, we would put an A in here, right? Now you may have all of your walls A's, so you wouldn't need to put that in. You could put that as a note that it's typical. And if you don't know yet about our wall tagging, we're going to go down to our 6 series, which tells you about our partition types and our partition type tagging. Let me get out of this design option so it looks right. All right, so our wall partition tag, the first 2 digits are the wall type. So a C3, an A1, A2, whatever those are. The second digit, there's a nominal stud thickness. So a C3 is a 3 5/8 inch metal stud, a C6, 6-inch stud, etc. And you can see that in the partition type itself, right? So a D2 is a 2.5-inch stud, a D4, 4-inch, D6, 6, and we use D3 for 3 5/8. And then the third character goes along with this chart here. So if it's an acoustic partition, you get an A. If it's fire rated, it's R, smoke S, T, fire and acoustic, etc. Most common are R and A. So once you understand that, we can go back over to our plan and talk about a couple little tips for making sure. So let's say you have an A3A on both of those, but you don't want to take up 2 spaces for that. What I would do is make up 2 tags, but just they should snap right on top of each other. And then you can point to those 2 there. Over here, you see I had to get a little more creative to get into my dimensions, but this again is 2 tags just synced up on top of each other. So depending on your situation, that's going to look a lot nicer, right? Now, unfortunately, if I switch to free end, I should be able to grab this and put that right where I want, but you wouldn't want to impede on this dimension. So you'd have to figure out if there's any good place to put that other than at an angle. So I prefer where I had it at first, but I just wanted to show you how to use multiple leaders when you tag your walls. So I hope that helps. I prefer having this heavy tick end. If you don't have that on yours or don't want it, that's fine. I don't know that there's a standard for it or not. By default, I think your wall tag will not have any tag, so it would look like that. And if you want to add the heavy end, you go up to manage and make sure you have a arrowhead. And if you don't see heavy end in here, you just hit duplicate, and any of them have choices, so you can choose what style arrowhead you want. In this case, for wall types, I like to use the heavy end tick, make it a size that works for you and a pen weight, and that's it. So I'm going to put that back to have the heavy end, and that should do it. Nice and pretty. Now you can see there's a little overlap. I didn't get it right. You can do a little nudge with the arrow keys to get that dead on. Now certainly if this wall moves, you will find out that the tag goes with it. So there is some cleanup involved if you do this method, but I still recommend it over any other way to show 2 leaders, unless you just go ahead and do those separately. And if space warrants, that's fine too. Hope this helps.